IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the world. I expect a clean fight, obey my command at all times, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, come out boxing at the bell, good luck. Okay.
Final instructions from referee Wayne Kelly. And the moment of truth has arrived for Anthony Mundine. Less than 18 months after he changed from rugby league, he stands across the ring from Sven Ottke and a chance to claim a world title that so closely eluded his father, Tony Mundine. And he looks confident, ready to go. And Sven Ottke doesn't look in the best of shape. He's never been a physical athlete as much as Anthony Mundine. Scheduled for 12, and we are underway for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Anthony Mundine in the white with red piping, and Sven Ottke in the predominantly red trunks. And Mundine, not a noted fast starter, really.
But as we can see here, Ottke's got those gloves nice and high, keeping that defence nice and tight.
Former world title challenger Troy Waters and former world IBF junior lightweight champion Barry Michael providing expert analysis on the fight. And this is what we anticipated from Ottke, a high, tight defence, and Mundine will try and force a path.
I think Mundine's got to watch out for that overhand right of Ottke's. I think he showed against one of his previous opponents there that he has got a pretty devastating right hand when he lands it cleanly. Anthony Mundine, you know, entered the ring looking totally composed as usual. I reckon I'm more nervous than Anthony Mundine at the moment, this part of the first round. But
the way, isn't it, Barry? On the outside, you're a little bit more nervous than the guy who's in there.
Oh, for sure, Troy.
Anthony's doing the right thing. He's just, you know, he's finding his feet, having a look, as you say, just moving around. Ottke kicking those gloves up. Anthony's spearing that beautiful left hand.
I just hope he doesn't get too confident too early.
Well, impressively, Anthony Mundine weighing in at 75.5 kilos. It's the lightest that he's been in his 11-fight career, so he knows he's in tip-top condition. Looks in great shape, and he's certainly taking the fight up to Ottke here in the first round. Ottke not throwing a lot of artillery of his own.
Well, no one's scored with any decisive scoring punch at this point, but Mundine's throwing more shots.
Ottke hasn't really thrown a shot yet. He's just having a look at Anthony Mundine. I just get the impression he's going to try this overhand right first.
I'm sure Ottke knows that the later this fight goes, probably the better for him it will be. But the only way he's going to do that, he's got to put pressure on Anthony. He's got to try and tire Anthony out early.
And as we saw a little bit earlier on the undercard with the German fighter Rudiger May, the facial build, the protruding eyebrows, they do come into contact, some attention with cuts. We saw Rudiger May stopped on a cut. We've seen Ottke get that cut from Thomas Tate. So that's an area that perhaps Anthony Mundine may be able to exploit as well. A feeling out process here as we move inside the last 30 seconds of round number one. And Anthony Mundine has certainly been the more aggressive. We haven't seen a lot from Ottke so far.
Well, not a great deal of scoring shots, you know, the odd jab here and there. Ottke pressing forward, keeping the gloves up, but not a lot of artillery coming back from here as well. Both boys a little bit quiet at the moment, but definitely Anthony Mundine, he's throwing more punches.
Well, this is where it's going to get very difficult because we have three European judges, Rafael Arguiolas from Italy, Manuel Marichelas from Spain, and Manfred Kuschler from Germany. Now, if Anthony Mundine was the reigning champion here, that would be his round clearly, 10-9, because he made the fight, he was more aggressive, perhaps didn't land as many shots as we would have liked, but Ottke really didn't fire back much offense of his own. But given the fact that we have three European judges and Ottke is the champion, the job is for Anthony Mundine to take his title away. So it's going to be difficult to see judges scoring that round for Anthony Mundine, although I have.
I have too.
Well, I scored at 10-10. I'm a little bit more, I suppose, not unbiased, but a little bit more thinking of the way the judges there would be seeing it. And I'm sure that, you know, the crowd are behind Sven Ottke. They're in Ottke's country. So maybe just leaning towards Mundine, but I've scored a 10-10 round.
Well, it would almost be impossible for the judges to score 10-9 for Ottke in that round.
Oh, undoubtedly. They couldn't.
If it's not 9 for Mundine, it should be a 10-10 round. We're underway in the second stanza. Barry Michael scores 10-9, much the same as I did. And Troy Waters scores the opening round 10-10, a draw. But Mundine in the predominantly white trunks with red piping and Ottke in the red with white. Similar pattern developing here, early stages of round number 2, with Ottke just marching forward behind those high hands, the peekaboo stance, looking for an opening against Anthony Mundine.
Yeah, and look, he's been there a long time. Sven Ottke's a good champion. He's not going to rush. He knows he's got 12 rounds to do what he needs to do. That's where Anthony just needs to, play his game, do what he needs to do. I'm sure they've got a plan and they're going to stick to it.
And to his credit, since winning the title in late 1988, for the 3 subsequent years, Ottke has made at least 4 defences of his crown in each 12-month period. There are a lot of champions out there who aren't that busy, so we take our hat off to Sven Ottke for his ability and his competitiveness, and also for giving Anthony Mundine a shot.
Well, a busy fighter keeps himself sharp, keeps active, and keeps learning.
At the moment, Ottke's, pressing, walking up, looking for an opening. Mundine just basically, happy to move around and land, try and land the jab, and he's been successful with it a few times. As you said before, there's no way known you could have given the first round to Ottke, whereas you could have given it to Mundine, and pretty much the same in this round so far.
And what a contrast we're seeing here, Anthony Mundine to Jerry Elliott. If Elliott was the main sparring partner, we're already seeing Mundine is much slicker. He moves a lot more up on the toes and showing good ring craft as well. And Ottke, at the moment, well, hasn't done anything to worry Anthony Mundine.
He's yet to throw a right hand, Ottke, and I really think that's what they're banking on, the overhand right. That's because Anthony Mundine can be open to it, but you'd have to have exceptional reflexes to tag him with it.
Yeah, you're going to have to catch him very quick or catch Anthony off guard.
And that has been the question mark over Anthony Mundine, because no one's really been able to tag Mundine in his 10 previous fights. No one's really caught up with him with a big shot. And the jury is still out on Anthony Mundine's ability to take a shot.
Yeah, in all the fights I've seen him in, I've seen him hit, but I've never seen him hit with a bomb. And that's
sorry, Barry, but he's never been hit clean, has he?
No, that's credit to his evasiveness. I mean, so far he's been able to slip and slide everything that's been thrown at him. And again, it takes me back to the days of Lionel Rose. I used to box with Lionel in the gym regularly, and for an outsider looking in the ring, they probably think I was going okay, but I knew I wasn't hitting. And similar there, I guess. Like he wasn't getting through there.
Well, Mundine just shrugs his shoulders at Ottke and says, give me some more. The fans getting behind the local hero, but Anthony Mundine, well, he is doing very well for himself here in the second stanza, growing in confidence.
Well, that's the Anthony Mundine we're used to.
End of round number 2, and again the judges will find that difficult to score it to the advantage of Sven Ottke.
I've got to give the round again to Mundine. Possibly the judges won't see it the same way, but again, how could they give that round to Ottke?
Well, I'm going the Troy Waters line of approach here, scoring at 10-10. I just thought Ottke did a little more there, and the judges, given the European base that they work from, perhaps are going to score at 10-10, because I find it difficult, almost impossible, to score that round for Ottke. He just hasn't opened up at all, Troy.
Well, Ottke certainly didn't win that round. I mean, I'd given the round 10-9 to Mundine. 10-10 the first round, 10-9 to Mundine the second round. Yeah, you just could not give either of the first or second round to Sven Ottke. You just couldn't do it. He didn't do enough work.
Mundine always calm when under pressure as well. We saw him there just taking those punches on his gloves. It was almost an action replay of when Sam Solomon had Mundine pinned on the ropes in Wollongong. And they just can't find a way through the defences of Anthony Mundine. Here we go, round number 3. 2 completed rounds, and Anthony Mundine is ahead on our scorecards unofficially here in the Sydney studio. Barry Michael has 2018, Troy Waters has 2019, and I have 2019 as well. But Ottke, well, he might be just lulling Mundine into a false sense of security here, because he really hasn't shown us anything as yet.
No, there's a long, long way to go. We're down 2 rounds, 10 to go. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, we haven't really seen what Ottke's got yet. He's shown us very little.
As we've been saying throughout this whole telecast, I mean, it only takes one shot. One punch can turn the fight.
We know that if there is an edge in power, it's certainly with Anthony Mundine.
Oh, most definitely.
Mundine needs to stay away from the ropes, though. Each time he's backed up by Ottke, he's getting closer and closer to the ropes and the corner. And Ottke, a patient, stylist, true boxer, he's just going to wait, bide his time. He'll be patient and look for an opportunity. And Anthony Mundine will be Mr. Perpetual Motion.
Ottke's starting to loosen up, so is Anthony Mundine.
Ottke's starting to get more mobile and put more pressure on.
He's starting to warm to the task as Ottke. Mundine on the retreat. Middle stages, round number 3. The very circumspect Ottke so far.
Keeping that pressure on. Probably believing that the later this fight goes, the better it will be for him. So if he keeps the pressure on, fatigues Anthony Mundine, I'm sure that that's the strategy that they're trying to employ. Take Anthony's legs away early, make him move, make him run, and then come home strong. But they could find themselves in a little bit of trouble.
Good jab from Mundine.
He's certainly backing himself here, Anthony Mundine, taking the fight up to Ottke, leaving himself open. His left hand now below his waistline. That's a dangerous sign. Ottke loading up with the right hand. And Anthony Mundine needs to be very tight in defence. Fans getting a little restless in Dortmund as well. They want to see a little bit more from Ottke. Mundine arrived there unheralded, now looking at the fans as well and taunting them.
Yeah, putting on a show for the crowd also is Anthony Mundine.
Ottke's doing some better stuff this round. He's gotten through with a few shots.
Yeah, look, he's the old pro. He's been there. I mean, he's just slowly but surely, he's trying to close that gap, getting in, doing a bit more work. Not a lot of those punches landed.
Anthony Mundine's not going to win rounds doing that. He's got to keep throwing more punches.
I mean, it looks all good and it looks cocky and it makes himself feel good, but he's not winning the round.
Left hand from Ottke is scoring punches. We head to the conclusion of round number 3, and that is a round that you would find very difficult to score for Anthony Mundine. That is Ottke's best round so far, and I'm sure all 3 European judges saw that 10-9 in Ottke's direction.
Yeah.
Second man. Get out of my face. My second man. Second.
Man, come on, bro.
What are you doing, man? Every now and again, walk right out.
He's getting frustrated, Chop. He's getting frustrated, okay?
Wipe it and put on it.
Wipe the face with a towel, then put his...
That's up.
Now put his vest on.
Come on, bro.
Dad.
Too much. Come on, bro.
He's here, Chop.
Focus.
Second man. You can do it, mate.
Tremendous defensive skills from Anthony Mundine as he rides and slips punches and eludes them. And there he is lampooning the fans as well. He's been dancing in front of Ottke. Now he's lampooning the fans. Round number 4 gets underway for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship. Ottke in the red trunks. And Barry Michael has 29-28 Mundine at the moment. And it is a very tight affair. But Ottke, that round 3 was certainly his best.
He definitely kept the pressure on, closed the gap, but that could be in Anthony Mundine's favour as well. Ottke starts taking a few more chances, leaves himself open. Anthony Mundine can drop that big right hand that we know that he's got.
Mundine has used a lot of the ring. He was blowing fairly hard there at the end of round number 3, but he still appeared to be composed. Ottke starts to get a little busier, and Mundine's still dancing in front of the champ.
Does the Ali shuffle. That heavy breathing from Anthony at the end of that 3rd round, that would probably be a lot of nervous energy being in there too. I mean, he hasn't done a lot of work to make himself fatigued. That would probably just be that excess energy, a bit of nervous energy coming out. But look, Anthony's a fit athlete. 3 rounds aren't going to worry Anthony Mundine. He'll be here at the end of this fight, you know, and still breathing fairly lightly.
Yeah, no, Ottke's having a lot of problems landing on Mundine. He really is. I mean, he's walking up. He's ominous with his presence. But again, Anthony Mundine not landing heaps. All good punches there from Anthony Mundine.
Doubling up with a clubbing right hand, Anthony Mundine backs up the champion, Sven Ottke.
Good job.
And growing in confidence as well as he feeds out the left hand. Ottke never too far away, though, trying to launch an attack of his own. And Anthony Mundine just shaking his head.
Anthony Mundine at the moment starting to take control. Beautiful right hand.
Big right hand from Anthony Mundine. He's going to be warned here for holding and hitting in round number 4, but it was a stunning right hand.
Good right hand. Just finished the fight.
And it's those little punches that are going to cut Ottke as well.
Just under a minute to go in round 4. Anthony Mundine really for my money, yet to unleash the arsenal that we know he's got.
Well, he certainly hasn't opened up, that's for sure.
Well, Ottke gives the impression of wanting to lift the tempo here and up the ante, but Anthony Mundine won't let him do it.
He just can't do it. I mean, every time he tries to come in, just like he did in that last session of punches, got caught with a nice right hand. And I'm sure that's what Ottke's wary about. He knows Mundine's got power.
Mundine enjoys a slight edge in height and reach. And came in, let's say, just a little lighter than Sven Ottke, but to the naked eye, Mundine does appear to be the bigger. Now they get in a tangle at the end of round number 4. Anthony Mundine wanting to go on with it. And referee Wayne Kelly has his problems as well.
The next time he does this, you're going to disqualify. He gave him a headbutt. Sit. The next time you do that, you're going to be disqualified.
Wayne Kelly threatening Mundine with disqualification for use of the head.
I'll come out from under the rope. Just chill out.
The referee is being very, very biased there. I can't see that there's anything wrong there at all. Can you guys?
Well, as an American referee, I'm sure that he just wants to take control of this fight. He doesn't want anything silly to happen. But look, I'm with you, Barry. I don't think Anthony Mundine did anything wrong at all.
Come on, bro.
That upset Mundine, though. The fact that the referee had a go at him there is definitely upsetting.
Der Ringrichter zeigt an, 2 Punkte Abzug für Mundine wegen absichtlichen Kopfstoß.
Well, Mundine tangled in the ropes. Let's get another look at it. As you can see.
Put his head out. Yeah, he's under the rope. I mean, how could the referee...
And now, perhaps, trying to get back into the ropes. Now, that is no malice involved there at all. Mundine's should be allowed to extricate himself from the ropes. Unfortunately, just caught the chin there of Sven Ottke, but we saw a headbutt in one of our undercard fights, which was a headbutt. That wasn't a headbutt.
I think did he actually take a point off Mundine there?
No, a warning that he'll be disqualified. That is the wife of Sven Ottke. And she wasn't thrilled about the treatment in round number 4 either.
Round 5.
With 4 rounds completed, Anthony Mundine at least holding his own here against Sven Ottke for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And Ottke comes out of the blue corner wearing red trunks and white piping. Anthony Mundine leads by 2 points, according to Barry Michael. I have at 39 apiece at this stage, and Troy Waters has 39-38. Mundine at the moment. And of course, 3 European judges sitting at ringside might be seeing this a little differently than some parochial Australians in the studio in Sydney.
As they usually do, John. But Mundine's fighting a clever fight, not getting carried away, not being overawed by the occasion, not overextending himself just yet.
And for his harshest critics who said he wasn't in the same league as Sven Ottke, well, they might be eating some words right at this stage, because if anything, Mundine has been the aggressor. He's taken the fight to Ottke. He's landed the bigger shots. And Ottke with his problems as he walks into another 2-punch combination. Opened up with an uppercut of his own at the end of the flurry, Ottke, but Mundine caught him coming in again.
The only worry that I've got with this fight is that Mundine really needs to be well in control of the fight to get the points.
Yeah, I agree with that, Troy. At the moment, even though I might think Anthony Mundine's winning rounds, there's not much in them. And with the judges over there, it could be going the other way, even though they probably shouldn't, because Ottke's not landing many scoring punches. Well, neither of them are, really. They're both, as I said before the fight, it's a chess match at the moment. Ottke's pressuring, but there's not a lot happening at the moment.
I was about to say, Ottke is pressuring, but there's not a lot coming back from him as well.
Beautiful job.
Nice jab from Anthony.
He's making Ottke come to him. We know he has awesome power, Anthony Mundine, if he can get a clean shot off, gain the defense of Ottke up to this challenge at the moment. Protected by those high gloves.
Ottke taking a lot of these punches on the gloves, but Anthony's still doing the work. The work rate's still coming from Anthony Mundine. Will the judges score that?
Mundine is such a mentally strong athlete as well. He refuses to be overpowered in terms of his opponent's will. Continues circling to his left, using all of the ring, and now coming forward and showing good style as well. Not necessarily all scoring punches.
Taken on the glove, John, but it's looking good.
Mundine slipped, almost caught with the right hand there.
He missed him, yeah. That was a good try by Ottke, though.
And needs to stay away from the ropes. There he was, just momentarily pinned up against the ropes. And Ottke almost caught him. Again, Mundine, the aggressor. Concluding stages, round number 5 for the world title. And Anthony Mundine, well, again, this is a difficult round for the judges to score in the direction of Ottke. He really isn't firing much artillery of his own, and Anthony Mundine must be growing in confidence.
Anthony Mundine's got to have won that round.
Yeah, we'll just give that round 10-9 to Anthony Mundine, but let me tell you, these European judges, they don't see a lot of those punches that Anthony's throwing. They'll be taking on arms and gloves. But, you know,
What's Ottke doing though?
Exactly, Ottke's doing nothing, but the European judges, you just got to look at them, and you got to put yourself in their shoes. What are they thinking? I mean, this guy's their champion. Look, for my money, Anthony Mundine's winning this fight.
That was a good right hand.
Yeah, beautiful right hand.
Good right hand back though. Head splash.
And Ottke goes underneath the flurry of punches to try to just, you know, pick up the points of the round.
I did land that right hand, just grazed him. That's the punch I'm worried about. That's Ottke's best shot.
Mundine with a tendency to carry his left hand down on his belt line. Here we go, round number 6. Barry Michael has scored the first 5 rounds in Anthony Mundine's direction, 49-46. I have Mundine ahead, 49-48. Troy Waters with Mundine ahead as well. And as I mentioned, Italian, Spanish and German judges at ringside to decide this. And for the moment, Mundine has been able to keep Ottke at arm's length, just feeding in the jab again here, using all the ring. And Ottke, he's finding it difficult to get through the defences of Anthony Mundine as he lands with the left hand.
Good left hook.
Yeah, nice left hook, good evasion from Ottke, then came back with his own shots.
Good move by Ottke, yeah.
He just slipped that jab, then he slipped inside and came up with his own left hook and right hand. Ottke's throwing the 1-2s, leads with the right, comes back with the left. Vice versa, left then right. I mean, not a great deal of action happening, but he's scoring with the odd single punch.
Trying to cut the corners off. Ottke's definitely getting frustrated.
The tactics of Anthony Mundine getting inside the head of Sven Ottke. It's one of his strengths. So Mundine's super confident nature is having an influence on the fight, if only to frustrate Sven Ottke.
Better land by Ottke though.
Yeah, much better round from Ottke. He's landed more punches in this round than I think he's landed in the whole fight.
Yep. He's maybe finally working Mundine's style out.
Yeah, although that could be a mistake for Ottke because he could walk into one of those big right hands that we know Anthony Mundine does possess.
And Ottke on the attack here. Mundine pinned against the rope, just shakes his head and says not enough there.
Yeah, but Anthony's got to get back to work. He's got to stop this lair rise and stop talking to the crowd. He's got to start building up the points because this is a definite Sven Ottke round.
Yeah, he's got to build the tempo.
Anthony's got to remember, he's not fighting home in Australia. He's overseas, he's in Germany, he's in Sven Ottke's hometown. He's got to let those punches go. He's got to build as many points as he possibly can and make sure that he secures a win.
Yeah, he's going to get no favours from the judges, but I think we realise that. And this is a much better Ottke round, that's for sure. 20-odd seconds left in round 6, and Anthony Mundine hasn't landed many clean shots this round.
Approaching the halfway stage of this 12-rounder for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship. Sven Ottke gets on top here in round number 6. It is the clearest scoring round that we've seen so far, and Ottke will get that 10-9.
Wenn du hast, willst du, wenn ich will, ja, das ist in Ordnung. Dann musst du weg, ne? Das ist in Ordnung. Oh, bei Jutschbeck, natürlich.
One thing, Ottke is certainly not bothered at the moment. I don't think Anthony's hurt him, really, shook him with anything. And he's growing in confidence, Ottke.
Der muss müde werden. Das ist die letzte Runde fest, wa?
He certainly was a lot better there in round number 6. Started to hit Mundine with a little more authority. Here's some of the better action from the 6th stanza, and as Troy Waters told you, Ottke landed with more punches in round 6 than perhaps for the first 5 rounds combined. And he's getting closer and closer to finding the target with Anthony Mundine.
Yeah, Anthony Mundine, he just needs to really, you know, concentrate on what he's doing. Forget about the crowd and just concentrate on, you know, scoring as many points as he possibly can, because, believe me, he's going to need them at the end of this fight.
Halfway through the world title fight, Barry Michael still has Anthony Mundine ahead 58-56. Troy Waters has 58-57 Mundine. And I have 58-58 as Sven Ottke in the red trunks, the right of your screen, starts to make his move against Anthony Mundine.
I hope Anthony doesn't try and just rely on catching Sven with that one big shot. He needs to pick up those points.
He's a very compact fighter. Sven Ottke tucks his chin in well. It's not, you know, his record says he's not going to be knocked out.
No, he's going to be very, very hard to touch with a clean punch, Barry.
He's looking for this right hand, Ottke, I'm telling you. Good work by Mundine.
Ottke starting to find the target now, backing up Mundine with the left hand, then working to the body with the right.
See, these sort of fights, it's not a physical, grueling, hard fight, but these fights take a lot of energy away. Anthony's doing a lot of movement around the ring.
Undoubtedly, sure. You know, when you're using your legs that much, it takes it right out of you. At the moment, Anthony Mundine doesn't look as though he's not taking control.
No,
and Ottke's getting better.
Yeah, most definitely. Ottke's starting to put that pressure on. He's letting a lot more punches go. They're not hard shots, but as we were saying earlier, Barry, they're scoring points. See, there's nothing on those shots, and a lot of them aren't landing. But to the judges, it looks good.
And he's pressuring.
Mundine again on the ropes, on the retreat from Sven Ottke. A little over 60 seconds remaining, round number 7. The tide starting to turn in this fight. Anthony Mundine with his hands full. And you can hear Ottke's corner, his trainer, Willie Wegner, being excited by what he's seeing at the moment as well. And again, when he's caught on the ropes, Anthony Mundine is in a very dangerous situation.
Certainly not doing enough.
No, he's not doing enough at the moment, that's for sure. This is probably even a better round than round 6 for Sven Ottke.
We saw in the Mundine-Solomon fight that during the rounds 6, 7 and 8, Anthony Mundine did go into his shell. And it took him some time to come out of it. It was right toward the end of the fight when he did, but he cannot afford to do that here and expect to win.
No, that's for sure, man. I think that's all he needs to, get in his ear. Just rough Anthony up a little bit in the corner if he needs to. Just, he's got to get that spark in his belly.
End of round number 7, and growing in confidence, Sven Ottke dances back to the blue corner. He feels as though he has this under control, and his scorecards here in Sydney are starting to turn in the direction of Sven Ottke as well. Let's listen in with Anthony Mundine's corner.
Championship. Either way they go. We need to change the pace of this fight, Chop. Come mate. Last 3 rounds. Last 3 rounds, mate. You gotta take it up to it. Come here, take it, mate. They're never going to let you win on points. Mate, you've seen that. You put it over. You put it together, mate. You put it together. The next 3 rounds, mate. Come on. You can do it. 8 rounds, come on, mate. Come on, you can do it. But you can train hard, mate. Yeah, you train hard. He hasn't been chased yet, Chop. He hasn't been chased. Come on, brother. Come on. Suck it in, believe. Come on, it's short time, mate. It's short time.
Well, fantastic pitches taking you into the eye of the storm and the corner with Anthony Mundine. They're talking about upping the tempo here in the next 3 rounds as the weight of this fight starts to lean towards the champ, Sven Ottke. Barry Michael has Mundine ahead by a point at the moment. I have Ottke edging ahead by a point at the moment, and it would appear that Troy Waters is going to have him locked away at 67-67 at the end of 7 rounds. So Important period in the fight now for Anthony Mundine. We're impressed with his start to the fight, but here in the middle stages, it's Ottke who's starting to assert his authority.
Yeah, Anthony can't go to sleep in this fight. I mean, not for 1 second. He's got to be on the ball, you know, 12 rounds out of 12.
Anthony Mundine's going to win. He has to take this round. He has to take control of the fight. Otherwise, it's going to slip away from him. And as you said to me, Troy, he didn't look that confident between rounds.
No, in the corner, he looked a little bit downcast. I mean, that can come back. One shot can bring that confidence back. But Anthony needs to start, you know, stepping up. I heard a funny thing in the corner from the Mundine camp. They're looking like they've said you haven't put pressure on him yet, Anthony. So I'm thinking that maybe the last 3 or 4 rounds, or maybe the last 3 rounds, Anthony's going to start bringing the fight forward and putting a bit more pressure on Sven Ottke and see how he handles that.
He's showing a great deal of respect for Sven Ottke, as you would expect with a man with his record. He hasn't opened up to the extent that we've seen in any of his 10 previous fights. Very watchful.
Well, no, it's a world title fight, but that's where you've got to just treat this as just another fight, and you've got to be yourself. You can't go into a shell and be somebody else that you're not, because that's not what got you to the point where you're fighting for a world title. You've got to go out there, be yourself, and do what you do best. And with Anthony Mundine, that's letting those punches go with, you know, fast flurries.
And certainly not let Ottke come onto him and smother him and pin him against the ropes and then open up from close range, where the accuracy of Ottke's punches are a telling statistic, I'm sure, on the judges' scorecards.
No, that's 100%, John. That's perfect. I mean, he cannot allow Ottke to pressure him like he's doing.
No. He's got to turn the fight around.
We know he can do it. Just needs to land one clean punch, and Mundine can turn this around. And there you come for the right hand. We need more of that from Anthony Mundine as he backs up Ottke here.
Good evasive work by Ottke too.
Yeah, Ottke's been around for a long, long time. Over 300 amateur fights. He's been in there against some of the best.
And while we're all hoping Anthony Mundine can win regardless of the result, it's fantastic to have such a technician as Sven Ottke being shown here on live television in Australia, so we can appreciate one of the best champions in the world at the moment.
And see, that's the thing. Everybody thinks boxing's just a game of get in there, throw wild shots, big heavy punches. But, hey, a technician's always going to come out on top.
Mundine lands the overhand right. He backs up Ottke. Ottke's down here. Ottke down in round number 8. And referee Wayne Kelly is not putting a count on. It's a slip. He's called it a slip. And Anthony Mundine is frustrated right at the end of round number 8. Sven Ottke on the end of the right hand sits down, but it's not counted as a knockdown.
Well, I've got a score of 10-9 for Mundine. It should have been 10-8. Let's have a look at this in slow-mo.
Oh, that was a beautiful right hand. Look, that was a knockdown. No doubt about it.
This referee is certainly not on our side.
And he's certainly not working the advantage of Anthony Mundine. Not that we anticipated that.
We didn't.
But surely the right hand that backed up Sven Ottke, there was a tangle off the ropes after that that perhaps contributed as well to the slip. Here it is. There's a big right hand from Mundine. He backed it up again with another right hand.
Knockdown.
And Ottke on the ropes, lifted off his feet with the left hand, and down he goes.
Well, he went down, you know, he was hurt. He was definitely hurt, but I've got to go with the referee and say you can't call that a knockdown, because
maybe it was the delayed knockdown, really. I mean, you know, okay, I'll go with the referee's call, Troy.
Look,
the right hand.
For my money, that was definitely a knockdown, but you can't call it a knockdown because he wasn't hit when he...
Well, Mundine's on top here again at the start of round number 9, clubbing away at the champion. Ottke's in trouble. Mundine coming forward. Ottke's on unsteady legs here in round number 9, and the right hand of Anthony Mundine is close at this stage to shocking the world.
Yeah, Anthony Mundine only, you know, he's a split second. He's one punch away from winning this world title.
Well, after slow rounds in 6 and 7, he wound it up in round number 8, and here in round number 9, Anthony Mundine is serving it up to Sven Ottke like he has never seen.
Well, I said that in that last minute. It only takes one punch, and this fight can turn. That's exactly what happened.
Trying to get behind Sven Ottke as well. They are certainly worried about their champion.
Good punch by Ottke. No, Mundine shaking his head. That was a good right hand by Ottke.
Yeah, I don't think it was clean there, Barry. Just grazed off the side of Mundine's face.
Everything does with Mundine. You know.
Well, he's certainly changed the complexion of the fight, Mundine, and now we're into a fight that he wants, and that is one where it's an all-out brawl. Doesn't want Ottke hiding behind the high hands and picking him apart. And Anthony Mundine has got what he wants now. And Sven Ottke, well, in trouble in round number 9. Now appears to have regathered himself.
Yeah, I'm sure that now Ottke's felt Anthony Mundine's power. He's not going to be too willing to come in there with his gloves down.
Not one landed, not one looked like landing, and he landed the one clean shot there.
Big round for Anthony Mundine as he continues to stalk Ottke. Ottke on the retreat again. 60 seconds remaining, round number 9. And one of the biggest upsets in the history of boxing, perhaps, looming here as Anthony Mundine was in trouble, caught by Ottke, and now Mundine's in trouble in round number 9. Perhaps for the first time in his career, Mundine is staggered.
He was shaken badly.
Yeah, he was badly hurt with that right hand.
Yeah, I've been worried about that. Yeah, he was hurt. He's hurt. I've been worried about that happening for the right hand. I really have.
And that was a straight right hand, Barry. It was a beautiful punch, and Anthony Mundine's still not all there, but...
No, he's hurt. He's still hurt. He hasn't recovered.
Sven Ottke, look, he's the old pro. He's not getting carried away. He's not rushing in. He knows he's just got to take his time.
Mundine trading blows here with Ottke off the ropes. Less than 20 seconds remaining, round number 9. What a round it's been.
First Mundine, then Ottke.
Well, now Mundine knows it's Mundine can hurt him.
He's making it look bad for himself. He looks tired. You know,
he certainly looks fatigued at the end of round number 9, and Ottke back on his toes, dances into the blue corner. A round that started heavily weighted in Mundine's favour, ends with Ottke coming on strong.
Yeah, you've got to give him the round on that comeback, I guess. Up until then, Mundine was winning the round, but that one good shot had Mundine in a lot of trouble. There it is, flush on the chin. He was hurt bad.
Well, let me tell you, I think if those ropes weren't there, Barry, Anthony Mundine could have been on the seat of his pants.
Yeah, he was. Look, he dropped his hands. He was. That doesn't augur well for the next few rounds. He was hurt bad there.
We just saw.
Look, Anthony was badly shaken.
He was gone.
We saw Anthony Mundine's mother in the crowd there as well, looking visibly concerned. It's the first time in 11 fights that we've seen Anthony Mundine in any type of trouble. And he was brave and aggressive to fight back. There's Ottke's wife. And we're set to go, round number 10.
Well, look now, fireworks have got to happen because, look, both these guys have been hurt in this fight. This is anybody's fight.
I'll tell you what, though, Anthony was hurt more than Ottke was. He was badly shaken.
The thing is now we've got to see, is that going to take the confidence away from Anthony Mundine?
Mundine leads by a point according to Barry Michael. I have Sven Ottke leading by a point at the moment, and Troy Waters also has, at the moment, a tie between the two, so it's very close. But Ottke coming back strong in round number 9. Ottke was down in the 8th on the end of a right hand.
Watch your head, man. Watch your head.
Miscalled by the referee Wayne Kelly as a slip.
Anthony now has got to compose himself. What he's doing, stick that jab and move. See, Anthony's got caught up on the ropes and he got caught with that right hand. Stay off the ropes, Anthony, and you won't get caught.
Yeah, but he does like fighting off the ropes. Troy, you know, he's always liked backing up against the ropes and countering off them, but he's never been caught like that before.
And certainly not the spring in his step now that we saw in the earlier rounds.
No, I think it doesn't look good. I reckon he'll get nailed with that right hand again, to be honest.
Well, yeah, Barry, you called it from the very first round. You said you're just worried about that right hand. And it's happened. But Anthony's still in there and he's still fighting.
Middle stages, round number 10. 12 rounds for the IBF Super Middleweight title, and the champ, Sven Ottke, starting to come on strong and starting to find the target consistently now.
Smart fighter.
Yeah, very clever. He just knows what he has to do, Barry.
Mundine fights back off the ropes again, though. He's not done with yet. And referee Wayne Kelly speaks to Mundine again, warning him for punching in the back of the head. He's been warned for holding and hitting and for headbutting in round 4. Mundine still has some gas left in the tank. I know a lot lot of the critics of Anthony Mundine, well, they're eating their words now. Here we are, the 10th round. Mundine, well, he's had the champ down.
And he's still in this fight, let me tell you.
And he's still in this fight, despite Sven Ottke coming on strong in round 9 and again here in the 10th stanza.
Look, Anthony Mundine's always going to be in this fight. I mean, it only takes one punch. And he's demonstrated early on in this fight that he does have the power to hurt Sven Ottke.
Right hand from Ottke. Mundine is down here in round number 10.
Once again, it was that right hand. He's out.
Anthony Mundine is cold. He is out. It is all over. And Sven Ottke has knocked Anthony Mundine out here in round number 10. Concern for the Australian. And what a shot from Sven Ottke. His 12th successful defence, 25 fights, 25 wins, a true champion of the world. But concern for Anthony Mundine, who was backed up with a right hand, and he is in big trouble.
He's out cold.
Well, let me tell you, that is a wicked knockout. I mean, Anthony was hurt early, but that's surprising that the guy went down that heavy, actually. I mean, Ottke's nailed him with a perfectly timed right hand.
Well, I was amazed that referee Wayne Kelly was counting over Mundine when clearly he was unconscious.
Yep.
It's very poor refereeing.
Very poor refereeing right the way through by Kelly.
Let's hope that Anthony Mundine is okay. The doctors were slow in getting to him in the ring.
They were very slow, and Anthony Mundine's down on the ground. He hasn't actually motioned yet. There is actually movement there. So, look, I'm sure he'll be okay. Just that that's the first time Anthony's really been hit clean and hard, and maybe his body just wasn't used to it.
Well, look of relief for Sven Ottke. He was down in round number 8 on the end of a Mundine right hand, climbed off the canvas to win round 9, and then again in round number 10. He puts an end to it, and Anthony Mundine, the centre of attention, is still receiving treatment.
Doesn't look good. No, it certainly doesn't look good, that's for sure. I mean, the first thing you want to do if you get knocked down is you want to get up. But that just goes to show that Anthony Mundine has, well, he's in a lot of trouble.
And just goes to show that Sven Ottke's record with just 4 knockouts and 24 wins coming into this fight was not an accurate description of his abilities. He's won 2 of his last 3 and now 3 of his last 4 by stoppage. So the people that claim he's light hitting, well, they might be barking up the wrong tree, because this man, Sven Ottke, is as good as you will see anywhere in the world. He's dominating his weight division. No one can beat him, and just showing that he has good power. Here it is in replay. And it was the right hand, as predicted by Barry Michael, right at the start of the fight. Appeared to catch him around the ear or the temple area.
It was a temple shot, which is unusual to cause a complete knockout.
That's exactly, I was just about to say that, Barry. They can really debilitate you, make you go a little bit, you know, wonky.
Yeah.
But to actually put you out, that's very, very strange.
Yep.
Another angle on it here. Watch the head snap around, though. And the connection of the punch. And there it was snapping around and caught with the left hand on the way down as well.
That's a nasty.
Sven Ottke puts the finishing touches on here in round number 10. And his mother and his wife celebrate in the crowd. We're hoping that those cheers you hear are for Anthony Mundine, who is back on his feet. Because we are concerned about Anthony Mundine. Sven Ottke has proven himself to be a great champion. And there is no dispute about that. And perhaps the super fight with Joe Calzaghe must now happen. Ottke does the job again.
Ottke has surprised everybody with the power that he's brought into this fight. I mean, everybody thought that he couldn't punch. 4 knockouts in 24 wins. I mean, that's nothing. But let me tell you, I don't care how light or how hard a punch you are. If you get caught clean, it's good night, whether you get hit by a guy who supposedly can't punch or a guy who can punch. Anthony was caught clean, and good night. Look, Anthony's sitting up, so he's got his faculties. Well, maybe not got his faculties back, but he's up.
And finally, we get a shot of him. Of course, the viewers at home, no doubt, concerned as well. These pictures are coming to us from Germany, being sourced, and we are only showing you what we are being offered. That's all we can do. And why was referee Wayne Kelly counting over Anthony Mundine?
Yeah, that's, I mean, a wicked waste of time.
When Jane Nady was criticised for stopping the fight prematurely against Zab Judah, well, there's a good reason why referees choose to wave it away and get the doctor in there quicker than that.
Because you don't want to see those sort of things happening. I mean, Anthony Mundine was, you know, he was out cold. He was asleep. And really, that's what would have happened to Zab Judah if the referee had allowed that fight to continue.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Mundine back in his red corner. He's obviously desperately disappointed, remembering that he knocked Ottke down in round number 8. Let's see if we can listen in with Tony.
You know where we are now? Remember? There's a bite. Yeah.
I'm just asking Anthony if he knows where he is. He's testing mental capacities. Ottke a deserved winner, though. Mundine served it up to him.
Yep.
And he had to battle first.
Ottke was ominous with his pressure all the time, even though he wasn't landing. You know, I just had that feeling that sooner or later he's going to get through with that right hand.
Well, Barry, called it all night. I really didn't think Ottke could do that to Anthony Mundine. I didn't think he had the power, but you said, you know, I'm a little bit worried about that right hand of Ottke's, and mate, it came to fruition.
Yep. Especially the previous round when Anthony had been hurt by it. He was badly hurt.
Well, the shots that brought about the downfall of Anthony Mundine were no crisper or no heavier than the shots that Mundine landed on Ottke in round 8 and round 9 to have him hurt. Here's the official announcement. Sven Ottke climbs off the canvas to retain his IBF Super Middleweight Championship, lifting his record now to 25 wins from 25 starts. His 5th KO and a devastating knockout of Anthony Mundine. He covered himself in glory, and it came unstuck here in the 10th stanza.
It will be certainly interesting to see what Anthony Mundine decides to do after a devastating loss like that.